やあみんな、俺は天才物理学者の桐生千と仮面ライダービルド。
同じく。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live. Seeing that this is the Gaming Saloon for August 25th, 2018, with your hosts, BeastRocket2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Hi. Also, shoutouts to when I fixed that on my mic, it decided to lower me.
So, we were discussing the build finale pre-stream, and the two things they announced today, which is the V Cinema and the Hyper Battle video.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something up there on my side. Whoops.
Oh, what'd you think you did?
I thought I did something wrong, and I didn't. And apparently, apparently, if it's Discord acting weird, I'm gonna have to just fix Discord.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks, the build finale was a thing that I go, half of this episode is pretty good. The other half makes me confused. It makes me ask several hundred dozen questions of when you do this and you don't do anything afterwards. It's kind of stupid that you do this because this is not an ending. I know it's technically an open-ended ending, but it's too open-ended. There's too many questions. Too many!
Geo will answer them, right? No.
It's got 2 episodes to figure shit out. Which, all by the way, is being written by a completely different person, so God knows what's gonna happen.
Yes. No, I know, it'll be the crossover movie that'll answer the questions.
I love how I feel like the entire last arc of Build is just one big caveat that's like, we have to get Build into the main timeline because the higher ups say so. Okay, how the fuck do we do that?
Okay, to this I'm gonna say, if that was gonna be the original case, then why didn't they just do something on a smaller scale?
How about, oh, I don't know, it doesn't fucking matter. Geo can hop into multiple timelines.
Yeah, but can he hop into multiple dimensions?
Yes. It's called I Am Decade 2.0, fuck you, I have the same power. Or, I don't know, give him the decade.
Wait a minute. There was a better answer.
What?
Rather than forcing Build to change courses like that, Just let build be one of the post-decade mid-season or early upgrade that Geo's gonna get. Hard to say mid-season, but no, it's gonna be an early upgrade.
I was about to say it is an early upgrade. You know, if you look at any stuff with all the ride watches there, you curiously see that Decade's not in them. It's because he's the early upgrade. The toy scans have already spoiled that. Because his upgrade allows the other ride watches to get upgraded to give Geo and Gates essentially the early upgrades of all the previous Heisei riders.
But I mean, make that an additional thing with it.
Yes.
Make the Decade upgrade allow him to not only travel through time, but travel through dimensions, you know, like Decade.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of Decade's gimmick.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest here.
Because, let's go a step further. How are they merging everyone prior to Decade? Because they're all technically in different universes, the way Decade spun it.
Honestly, I have no idea how the fuck that works. Because technically, Decade only technically merged all of the AR worlds into one. And those have nothing to do with Decade. I don't know.
And each of the AR worlds was considered an alternate world to the universe the rider was originally from, meaning
except the
that
Ditto
all
one,
of them were in different universes.
Except the Ditto one. The Ditto one wasn't canon.
Yeah, true. But the way Decade did that, though, it's like, yeah, you caused a bigger problem than what Build could do.
Yeah, because all of a sudden we have to make all these timelines work together, and spoilers, fucking not.
Yeah.
Kuga and Agito essentially have two ancient civilizations existing at about, I think, the exact same time, and I'm like, so let me get this straight. And this idea that if Rider and Sentai share the same timeline, there's like 5 million ancient civilizations, and there's like 40 some odd dozen evil things buried in the earth because of X, Y, or Z reason. Well, you know how stupid and nonsensical that sounds, right?
Well, and let's not forget the thing that we pointed out at the beginning of Drive, even. You know, the whole Roid nudes existing during Gaim.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I forgot about that. That too. Like, here's the thing. You either have everything take place and in one timeline, or you don't. You don't get to have it both ways. Toei, you don't get to play fast and loose with continuity and not get called out for it. Like, I know you're playing fast and loose with continuity. Don't fucking at me on that.
Like, the way Build was looking like it was going to end with the whole merging of the two universes to bring it back together, they could have done something to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done something to the point of when they merged the two worlds, the people that existed on both worlds essentially merged too, and they had the memories from both universes.
Which, spoiler folks, they don't.
If they had done something like that, then there would be no reason as to why Sento couldn't still be Build. Because he would know what to do to make him Build again. It's like, you're already throwing a stupid idea out there. Just go crazy with that stupid idea. Don't go halfway and then be like, oh no, we gotta make this realistic. What? You're merging universes. That's not gonna be realistic.
I mean, you literally have Rabbit this episode fucking flying up the tornado of rainbow energy from the Pandora's box, which Rabbit doesn't work that way. He would have had to go hog cattling in order to get up there.
Uh-huh.
Which, why didn't you do that?
Because that's not base form. You know I'm right.
This is... Phil, I love you, but this is all just stupid.
Bear in mind, I've not seen the Raw. I kind of don't want to.
You'll probably just get to watch the sub tomorrow, which I'm still baffled by the idea that the silver gold rabbit dragon form that is apparently technically a best match, because I heard best match get say, even though it played the non-best match sound, is just a straight up CGI suit. Did you?
Okay.
Why is this here then?
To this, I'm gonna say that's probably just a editing oversight. I would have to think they were probably supposed to do that, but that no one thought about it. Because you think about it, in a normal sense, Rabbit and Dragon are not a best match.
I know. By the way, they are still just the Rabbit and Dragon full balls. I'm just like, why didn't you just bust out the cross-build suit from the movie? Because this is what you're going towards. This is why these full models exist, is the cross-build suit. I know this. You know this. We all know this. Why the fuck didn't you just have the suit show up in the goddamn show? It wouldn't be the first time.
Because then it wouldn't be a movie exclusive form anymore.
Forza had Rocket States from Megamax show up twice in its series. Twice! Twice, I tell you. And they outright reference the movie. It's not like Gentaro got that limit switch and just went, guess I'm never using this again. Because that's what happens half the times with movie exclusive forms. We just get, our heroes just get them and just like forget about them forever. And we don't talk about them.
Or, you know, the other thing that's been happening quite frequently more recently, the forms just magically disappear.
That too.
Like for some stupid reason, they can use that form once, and then the conditions that took place to do said form no longer are capable of being met. And it's like, really?
I'm gonna give credit to Double. At least their one-time use upgrade of Extreme to Gold Extreme had a reason for it not to be used again in the series, because the conditions were not met. Because they clearly defined the conditions in the movie.
Right. But like, since then, that's kind of not been a thing.
And to give an example of these powers never being used, O's with Buru Kawani, he has no reason never to use Buru Kawani again. He has those core metals again forever, and yet he never uses them in the series. I'm like, the suit exists. Why are you not using it? Did you just destroy the suit after you? Why do we not use these more? They exist, you know. It's not like you CG the suit.
I feel like, in all seriousness, what probably happened, and it's kind of bad to say, but I'm wondering if it wasn't kind of Double's fault for that too, because of Gold Extreme. I wonder if maybe it got so much attention that they're like, movie exclusive forms seem to work. Let's keep trying it.
Well, the thing is, Gold Extreme is mostly a CG suit, I think. I don't think it's an actual suit, which I found it a thing. Do you remember the Cyclone Joker suits from Movie War 2010?
Yeah.
Those are CG suits.
Huh.
Those aren't actual suits. Like, those did not exist. They essentially just CG'd the Cyclone Joker suit and just literally copied everything over. I was like, wait, what? we were all under the assumption that you made the Joker suit out of the Joker suit. So you're telling me
that's
that
actually interesting.
Yeah, so you're telling me you took a spare Cyclone Joker suit and turned it into Joker? I assume?
Or they physically made the suit.
That too. Which I was just surprised to hear that fact. Because for those wondering where I got that from, Tom Constantine has a thread on Twitter from October of last year that is 1 like equals 1 fact about Tokusatsu. There's like 500 some odd facts in there. He went on a string of double ones recently. But yeah, I was surprised.
But yeah, I kind of wonder if maybe something like that with the Gold Extreme is the reason. Like maybe it got so much love that Toei wound up being like, you know, maybe movie exclusive forms are a good thing.
Yeah, when they have like a point in the story,
right?
Like Gold Extreme is integral to the plot of A to Z.
Okay, but to this I'm gonna say they're obviously not looking at that. Look how Bill drug out.
I know. But like, you learned the wrong lesson. It's because everyone loves Gold Extreme because it is a big emotional point of A to Z. Because apparently you didn't understand that for Movie War Horror because you literally just have Gold Extreme literally pop out of nowhere because Taja door happened and flapped its wings, and that's enough for Gold Extreme to come out. Look, don't ask me how that one worked. I don't understand how that one works. Apparently, it's explained that if wind hits the center thing on Extreme's belt, it activates the form, and I'm like, that sounds stupid.
But
I know that's a reference to the original Riders because that's how their belt works, but that's still stupid.
But okay, big issue. If that was the case, why didn't it show up in the show?
Yes, because it's not like wind doesn't exist all the time.
That's why I'm like,
a windy day, boom, Gold Extreme just comes out of nowhere.
That's why I'm like, big issue. Like, why was that only seen once then?
And also, that's not how it worked in A to Z.
No.
That is not how it worked in A to Z. Don't fucking at me on that. Your explanation for how this suit works, how that activation works, is not how that works. So yeah, this is what happens when Ryder decides to do stupid things for us.
AKA, this is probably what's going to happen for the entire next year while Geo's going.
Oh, as soon as it does something stupid with Build X8 or fucking Forza, I'm done. I'm out. I am not on this ride for 40. Yeah, pretty much. Like, as soon as you do something really stupid to like insult, or something stupid and insulting to the previous riders, especially to like Emu and Gentaro, because I know you're gonna do something stupid with them, I'm out. I'm off this train for the next year. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna give it a free ride on Build, simply because, you know, we kind of stalled out halfway through the season. Like, hardcore stalled out.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give them Build. X8, that might start treading on some territory there, and I don't really know all of Forza enough to be dead set on that, so I might wind up going farther than you, but might being the key word there.
Well, I'll hop off Forza because I'm like, I don't want to watch the double one, because I know you're gonna do something fucking stupid with him. I know you're gonna do something insulting with Shotaro.
Point.
As soon as you make Shotaro,
probably be it.
As soon as you make Shotaro some fucking imbecile who has no idea what he's doing, I'm out, because that's not Shotaro.
Yeah.
It's like, don't even start with me that Philip is the brains of Double. No, they both make this work. That's the point of Double, is that they both make this work. Like, if you fuck up that partnership, I'm out. I am out. And I will not look back. I will not come back. I won't give a fuck about Raws. I might watch clips of fights and stuff, but otherwise, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like I said though, I think I'll give it a free ride on build. Because like I said, we did kind of stall out hard halfway through. X-Aid really wasn't until like the super late game that we stalled out, so...
Well, Chronos, kind of, like late Chronos stuff going into Gende's Chronos.
Yeah. Like, the stuff that lasted far longer than it probably should have.
It's the same problem with X-Aid late in its run is the same problem with Build in its run of
Except
we don't have a plot for 40.
worse.
Yeah, we don't have a plot for 40 episodes. We have a plot for 30 episodes, but we don't have a plot for 40 episodes, let alone 49.
Like, Build had it worse. Because I feel like we were, probably in the early 30s when Build started really stalling. And you could feel it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least with X-Aid, it was getting kind of close to the end where it's like, yeah, you got to pad out about 5 episodes and you've got maybe 1 episode of content. Sure. Sure.
And
I mean,
yeah, at least X-Aid ended in a good place. Because it had a last episode that went, alright, fuck this bullshit. We are done with your... Like, literally the Chronos was just, we are tired of your bullshit. We are tired of your goddamn nonsense. You are dying here and now. We don't give a fuck. Was all that last fight. And I love that last fight was just, die for the last time. Please. We don't care.
whereas with Evolve, it's like... And you know, maybe this is what's kind of cheapening it too. The simple fact that really Sento's not the one that basically sent his plan into motion. Like, for all intents and purposes, Sento pretty much pulled an Evolve. Because you think about it, Gintoku's the one that basically froze Evolve. Banjo's the one that threw him into the hole. The entire plan was done at that point. And Sento did nothing, really.
I think this last episode said that apparently Sento needed to blow him up in order for everything to work. I think. I don't know. It's another one of those things of not knowing Japanese, and I have no idea what happened in the Raw. All I know is Sento made him blow up and things were okay.
But incorrect, then. Because that means now the show's contradicting itself. Because Sento's plan was, you get the Pandora panel to start it, throw Evolve into the hole to let him power it.
Yep.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but last week's episode, the plan was done.
I know.
Evolve was in the hole, the planets were merging together, and Sento did crap.
I know.
It's like... It almost feels like this episode is, we need one more episode, we can't do a crossover, what are we gonna do?
Except you can, because... Okay, this is probably just a nitpicky thing for me, but I hate it when people are like, we need everything to be in one timeline, and I go, do you not realize how insane that sounds? That requires forethought in planning, in more than Toei does, ever. Do none of you realize that?
Well, you know what I kind of have a problem with? The entire one timeline concept for build.
Yes.
Because we literally, in the movie, stopped the same plan.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same plan.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Because, once more, you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to have a world-ending conflict in your show and not have heroes that are supposedly supposed to exist not show up. Because that's not how this works. You know why it works in the MCU? Because it's planned out to know where the fuck everyone is. Like, why doesn't Iron Man show up in Thor the Dark World? Oh, right, he's busy dealing with his own shit in his own movie that is happening literally the same week. Because I believe, what is it? It's called, I think it's called Nick Fury's Big Week, where literally Thor the Dark World, Captain America Winter Soldier, and Iron Man 3 all happened within a week. All three of those movies happened in the same week. Which is why no one's available to help out anyone else. And, you know, there's also plot reasons why, you know, Cap doesn't call anyone else. Or Thor is busy, like, not able to really call anybody else. Or Stark's a bit too prideful and probably not going to call anyone else on. And also, you know, he can't call anyone for, like, most of the fucking movie until the end. And
True.
by then, oh right, I don't need everyone. I have an army of Iron Man suits that are all made of tinfoil because I built them all in like 6 months. And it took me like a couple years to build all the other ones. Yeah. Like, I want to look that up. Because I believe the MCU wiki has the timeline for when all the Iron Man suits were made. And it is insane how many suits were churned out between 2 and 3. Let me look that up.
You know, I think, though, I know why Toei manages to get away with a lot of the crap they've pulled. And it more boils down to, we're technically not the target audience.
Very true. That is very, very true.
It's one of those, I think, if more people realized it and could call them out on it, it'd be like, yeah, we'll fix that. But they don't care because they don't have to care. And it's like, I see that point, but at the same time, you could care just a little bit. You know, by not making completely ridiculous ideas.
Oh, I actually was dead on. It is about 6 months between Avengers and Iron Man 3. So yeah, he built 35 minus 7. I can't do math in my head, and I'm an engineer. 28 suits in 6 months. Actually, I think it's actually more than that. I want to say the latest one in there is the Mark 43.
I think you're right.
Let's say it's the Mark. Yes, it's the Mark 43. Or not Mark 43, Mark 42. Mark 42. So actually, it's 42. 35 seats actually. So it was 35 it wasn't the Mark 35. It was 35 suits. That's 35 suits in 6 months. That's why they all like are destroyed in that movie. Like it's like they're made of tinfoil. They were all built in like 6 months.
Well, and you know, they kind of had to destroy them. Like, in all seriousness.
I was about to say, Stark destroys them all by the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, anyway, whatever ones were left. And he starts fresh, which is the whole point of Iron Man 3.
But like I said, they kind of had to.
Yeah.
Because yeah. There could be so much go wrong out of not.
Yeah, but like I said, there's like if you ever wondered why are these Iron Man suits so fucking weak, it's because he only built 7 suits between the start of Iron Man 1 and Avengers, which I think encompasses like what 2 years ish in the MCU timeline.
I think
That's about 2 years, 6 months, 35 suits, and they're all like. Just look at all of the suits that are in the quote-unquote Iron Legion. Half of the time, they're just copies of each other. The other half of the time, they're just like small derivative changes of other suits. Like there's a War Machine suit in there that just has flames on it. I'm not kidding. That's why the 42 looks stupid, because it inverses the colors. Because at that point, Tony ran out of ideas of like, fuck, what do I do different now? I know, I'll inverse the colors. It's also why he's never went back to the design of the 42 from anything onward. He's like, no, I know what the Iron Man color should look like. Anyway, Tommy, what have you been playing this past week, since we haven't talked about that yet at all?
Honestly, I can't think of anything outside of what I've streamed.
I hopped back in the Odyssey to collect some more moons.
And how'd that go?
I have all the moons on Mushroom Kingdom that don't require anything outside of another world. So like any of the moons that require the pixel art or the portraits or essentially Toadette. And I polished off Sand Kingdom for everything in the same way. I haven't gotten all the Sand Kingdom coins though. But I have all the coins for every world before Sand. Well, regional coins.
Oh, that.
Yeah. To put it simply, I have a guide for that. I have guides for this. And at this point, I'm just going to go through and pick up the moons on all the different worlds at the moment. And then go back and get all the regional coins. Because the regional coins it's a harder hunt in themselves, because all I'll know is where regional coins are located, and well, depending on how many original coins I picked up, I could have very well picked them up already.
True.
So I pretty much have to check every single location going down the list, unless I maybe remember that I picked those up. Which means I have to check either 50 to 100 different locations, kind of. Sometimes they're grouped in 3, so that's a little less than that, but yeah, that's still a lot. Especially when I have like 300 more moons to collect that require me to do very specific things. Yeah, I'd rather just do the moons. Those are an easier list to check off, because I know what moons I don't have.
True.
Because that's a list in the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do something for the regional coins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it was on the map, have like a filter where you could toggle to show where you picked up coins from.
I found... Okay, it's not the easiest minigame, because I know you can cheap out the jump rope minigame hard. But the one in Desert Kingdom that you have to walk in a circle for.
I don't know if I know that one right offhand.
I think that's a post-World Peace one. I think you have had to have World Peace in order to even do that move. But essentially, you have to walk in a circle, and like the circle you're walking in fades away, so you have to hope you're right. I got like 96 on that. It is stupidly easy to do that one. Like, I had a harder time doing the Mario one, where you try to put Mario's face together in Mushroom Kingdom. That is harder. That is way harder than this. And for those wondering, I'm not sure how you do it, but apparently if you can kind of glitch yourself into where you're on top of a box when you start the jump rope minigame, you can, like, not have to jump at all, and you can just lay down the controller and just, like, forget about it for, like, 2 hours and, like, pick up all the moons for it. It's a very cheap way of doing it, but if you don't want to put in the work for it, it's a way. So, yeah. Honestly, outside of that, I've been doing the current event on Fate Grand Order, and it made me like the game because it's paced well, and enemies are not fucking damage sponges for fucking days. The only bad is the gacha, in order to get the main character that you're trying to get from the gacha, like, hasn't dropped for me. And to put this in perspective, I dropped 30 Saints Quartz, which gets me 10 picks. I dropped 15 summoning tickets, that gets me 1 pick apiece, and I think I've dropped 3 more that I've earned through the event. Nothing. I've gotten every single craft essence, which is essentially a little card you can give to your various characters for upgrades and stuff, for stat boosts. I have gotten every single one of them you could get for the event, but I have not gotten a single fucking servant that's featured in this goddamn event. Not a single fucking one. And for those wondering, none of that was paid for currency. All that shit I earned from the summer event. Because they dump summoning tickets on your ass for the summer event because they want you to spend summoning tickets on that summer event hard. But I was like, I'm not, because I don't care. And oh look, you announced this event next. Yeah, I'm gonna spend it all on there, and yep, nothing. And I'm annoyed and upset that I'm like, fine, I guess I won't get anything out of this event. I'll just be happy and getting, oh, I finally have a not crazy insane Celica in Fire Emblem Heroes, except she's essentially in her original attire from the original game instead of her really nice costume from the current version of it. Because I can't get that one for ship at all. And I can't polish off the unique characters from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn because I can't get Saki at all. I can't say I can't get Alencia because I don't think I've been able to really roll for Alencia. But that's honestly been it for me. You'll be hearing about a game in like 2 weeks. Hard, because, you know, there's a certain game that comes out Friday.
I do want to kind of wonder, would you be interested in brushing up on any percent? For SMO?
Sure, especially since I've touched Odyssey recently.
Because that would be something kind of interesting to maybe let you practice certain things and then see how much better it turns out.
Yeah, because I know one thing I think I would practice is well, I have to practice Sphinx Clip, or Sphinx, not Sphinx Clip, Sphinx Skip. Moon Skip, yes. Moon Skip, not Sphinx Clip, fuck that. I ain't dealing with some 5-frame window bullshit. No.
It makes me wonder, is that one a roll cancel? Like, I've not seen that one, actually.
Sphinx Clip in Desert?
I always miss Spike's run when he can do that, and I don't think I've actually sat down to look at that one.
I have no idea. I assume it's some type of movement nonsense
Because
with it.
I know the one in Snow's a roll cancel, and I cannot do them. I don't know why. It has to be something mental that I just cannot do it. I either do it too early and I don't get it to happen, or I do it too late and I bonk. I cannot time that one to save my life. So it's one of those, snow skip is just forever lost on me. And that's kind of upsetting because it's like, that would be so much quicker in World Peace, but But that might be something. Honestly, Moonskip,
I think it's a roll cancel. It looks like what I assume a roll cancel would look like. Never seeing a roll cancel, I assume. In the wall and Cappy is not on his head.
Thank you, OBS. You piece of freaking crap. Why?
So, no. Internet.
What the heck?
What happened?
It just stopped for no reason.
The stream? Putting that in chat because apparently mine broke too. I just dropped like 610 frame for no reason. Oh, well.
Why is my... Oh yeah, because I've got two browsers up at the moment, that's right.
But yeah, it looks like what I assume a roll cancel, but I don't know. I don't see him rolling. I just see him just boop into the wall.
Blank,
Just,
please.
boop.
Because I bet I can find out.
It's somebody just explaining the visual cues for it. But yeah, all of those like 4-frame skip stuff, like I don't want to practice that. That's no, I don't. It's one of those things of like, if I wanted to like compete for this, sure, but I don't.
Taking a look at it here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's roll cancel.
Okay, then it is a roll cancel.
Yep, because that's the exact same movement that you've got to do the snow clip.
So
I
you can just...
wonder if that one's easier to do.
Maybe?
Because if that one's easier to do, I might can figure out what I'm doing wrong on snow clip.
Hmm.
Huh. I'll have to look at that.
Like, if I'm gonna practice anything, it would be more of the platforming skips, like the ones that actually that are not like have super hard. How to say this? The really hard stuff. I don't want to practice the really hard stuff. I want to practice some of the easy to medium stuff.
Like, honestly, I know any percent's kind of evolved.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
But honestly, the routing that I have done kind of is the smartest option there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only real clip that you got, well, the only real skip that you got to even worry about is Moonskip, and I'll be honest, I hadn't touched the game in like a month, and still hit it like within the first few tries. So
well, there's
if you remember the setup for it, you shouldn't have a problem with it.
Well, there's the one I'm thinking of is the one that's in New Donk City.
Oh, the one to do the buildings.
Yeah, that one.
That one's really not that bad.
Yeah, but I need to practice that one, because when I tried it, I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. Because I was not getting the height I needed for that, and I'm just like, you might want to practice this.
It's... If I had everything set up, because you can actually do it in Day Metro too, it's just harder. But it's really not as bad as it looks. Like, it looks far worse than it should be.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
It's just a case of realizing exactly what to do with it. The other thing is, I think you were doing what I was doing for Seaside originally. You might want to take a look at that also.
Yeah.
Because I did find a quicker way with it.
I know Seaside is my gonna be the world I need to super look up stuff for, because fuck, I don't remember Seaside. Oh Jesus, I burned through Seaside when I first played the game and just did not look back.
Lost is kind of that one for me. Just gonna say. It's the one that always finds a way to kill a run.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh god. Lost. I have to practice that one too.
Yeah, the Lost Tree is the... It's no longer the bane of my existence. No, now I find other ways to screw Lost up. It's like, are you freaking serious? But yeah. And I mean, if you want, we could probably sit down tomorrow and just kind of go over everything.
Tomorrow night would probably be the best point, because tomorrow because tomorrow is I just moved. I want to relax, and this is the first chance I've gotten to play Pokemon Go since, I moved back home from school. I would like to spend a couple hours walking about campus, knocking out some gyms, playing some Pokemon Go, maybe run into some people. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking tomorrow night anyhow, not during the day, because but I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I think I did modify something with luncheon, but it shouldn't make a difference, because I'm wanting to say the way I timed it out, if you were consistent with everything, it wouldn't really change much.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think the worst two you had issues with was the Metro one and Seaside.
Yeah. Because, like, Seaside is open, but you're trying to avoid all of the plot moons. So you're super limited on what moons you can get, and not knowing where all the moons are is just like, Which, it's a good thing I'm going back through Odyssey and finding out where all are, because I'm realizing, wait, this moon's here? What do you mean this moon's here? Has this moon been here the entire time? Because I found out that there is a super, super, super hard one to get involving the bullet bill. I don't know, I assume this is a post-game one, but essentially, you know how you use the bullet bill to get to that platform that Jaxie's on?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a moon on a platform back into the left of that platform. You have to hit a block with the bullet bill in order to get the moon. Do you know how close your timing is on that?
How close?
I was literally probably a quarter second away from getting it twice in a row. Quarter of a second. I swear to God, the bullet bill should have been touching the block when I landed on top of the block when the bullet bill exploded before it hit the block. That is how close I was, and it didn't count.
I stand corrected. That building skip, you cannot do in Day Metro. I forgot there's a flame pole up there.
Well,
so you'll have to have a run through Night Metro.
Well, joy.
I mean,
that means that's a brand new file because I don't have a file.
I mean, honestly, that's probably not a bad thing to have one there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could practice Mecha Wiggler too.
Oh, I found out something. There's a, you know, in Mushroom Kingdom how you have fights with all the bosses?
Yeah.
How do you feel about double Mecha Wiggler?
I think I've ran into that actually.
I just do this refight and I'm like, wait a minute, there's two of you? When was there two? Is this hell for everyone who hates this boss? That now there's two of you? The only good thing is you stay on the same building, you're just twice as long now. Because I just looked at them like, is this hell? Because I know what my hell is. It's the chicken refight from Luncheon.
Oh god.
Yeah, the third phase on that one. Because you know how easy it is to not hit that platform and not know you're on a platform?
Oh, you mean about as easy as the first fight with the second chicken?
Yeah.
Because that one's equally as annoying.
Okay. I was just like, is this boss this bad? Because I don't remember.
Like, no joke, I saved time on my luncheon run because my first two luncheons, or my first two hits on chicken boss was actually right on the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one would have, if I had had bad on the other two, I probably would have been on par or worse.
I will say the octopus refight in that little chain of ones is stupidly easy. Like you just knock him down. Yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Like, I will have one game to talk about a lot next week. Unfortunately, I have to wait till Friday on that one.
I'll probably have more Wind Waker stuff to be able to talk about. Because I actually sat down and got all the stuff set up to where I've got basically a beta build of the 1.3 stuff. And you know the trials at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't have to do them now. That's the thing as of 1.3.
And I also had to double check of like, wait a minute, when does Torna come out for Chronicles 2? Oh, the 14th. Okay. I have plenty of time to play Spider-Man. But I do know Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC came out, or a free update that went. Do you want to play have Alma as a blade now? You can. So here's your Xenoblade Chronicles X reference. Although I think you had to straight up fight her first in order to get her. So now you can have all three, okay, quote unquote, all three main protagonists from all three Xenoblade games in one game. And if you want to count Xenogears, well, you've got Cosmos, so that's I think the entire Xeno franchise, I think right there, that are all in one game.
You know what I think I just figured out?
What?
That apparently grabbing on the poles after a cap bounce in Odyssey resets your cap. Like you can do another cap bounce. Although I can't get the right placement here.
I'm trying to think how useful that would be.
I think it wouldn't be too useful outside of like secret zones.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually kind of fun to do in Metro because there's room to do that.
Yeah. So, with all that out of the way, shall we talk about articles?
I guess we shall.
All right, we're gonna start things off with a questionable thing, only because I go, why?
And they go, why not?
Very true. Especially if this RE2 remake is really, really, really good. Like, okay, I have not watched the gameplay with Claire yet. But if they go, okay, everyone likes RE4. What if we took everything that everyone liked about RE4, gameplay-wise, and just applied that to like the previous Resident Evil games? But apparently, it's not an absurd idea for them to remake the RE remake for the GameCube. That I believe every version that's been released since then is just the GameCube version upresed. I don't think anything's been touched on that outside of just upresing it again.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be totally laughable to remake the remake.
I know, but
I totally read that way on purpose.
Yeah. Like, on one hand, the RE remake does everything I think you could do to make RE1 playable in a modern environment, because, you know, it's tank controls and a whole bunch of other nonsense. But on the other hand, why not see if you can work the magic you did with RE2 remake in RE1? Also, I have to ask, are you ever gonna touch RE0? Because that's the same engine as RE remake, by the way, because they were both released about the same time. Or are we quietly not going to talk about Zero ever again?
Yes.
Wait, I just read this one line in here. No story DLC. Okay. No new enemies. Okay. But Tofu will be back. What? Excuse me? You're gonna keep Tofu mode in? For those wondering, that replaces the Leon or Claire with a piece of tofu. How is this gonna work, and how will it look? Is my question. But yeah, I need to look at that RE2 remake footage, because I'm actually interested in this as someone who loves RE4. And them going, here's RE2, but it plays like RE4, I go, hell yeah, this will get me to play the other games, because I don't want to fight with tank controls and fixed cameras and a whole bunch of bullshit. So yeah. How about we talk about the thing that is the reason for the title this week?
Oh crap. You know what I did?
What?
When I noticed we switched articles around. I forgot to switch them properly, so up next
The wrong
was
thing.
not up next. Oops.
Yeah, unfortunately it's tied to the new Soul Calibur, and guess what? Guess what? Yes, guess what they did?
Something dumb.
Yes. Tira, who's been a playable character since 3? I think it's 3. I don't remember. Soul Calibur's story is nonsense. Like it's super hard nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Because Tira is, I think, technically Nightmare's minion. Kind of. I think. Ow. Just thinking about how that's just like, ow, right. The plot is nonsense. But anyway. She was announced as DLC before Soul Calibur 6 is released. And won't be released until October. But apparently that DLC, because the original announcement just said she was DLC, she's day 1. So you can purchase her then, or you can pre-order the season pass, and then you get her, or you can purchase her on her own. So why is she DLC? If she's available day 1, why is she DLC? Also, why am I allowed to pre-order a season pass that you said nothing about what's in the season pass? God damn it. God. When did DLC become this?
When did a lot of the big companies decide that DLC needed to be day 1? Because I feel like that's about the same time.
When did EA start doing it? Because I think a lot of this tends to be EA's fault. I might be wrong on that, but usually EA commits it first and then everyone follows their example because they go and make money off of it.
Oh dear God. I just figured it out.
What?
Evolt is EA. Because you think about it, in gaming, it's EA's fault. 90% of the time, if something is stupid that all the other developers have followed, it's EA's fault.
God damn it, you're right. God damn it. Somebody slap an EA logo on a Volt.
Oh God, that's funny.
But yeah, and slightly not stupid news about Soul Calibur in the same article. Here's a create a character story mode for you who want to take your dumb create a character through a story mode.
Because, that's a thing.
Yes. And you can also not only fight the other players on the roster, but you can also fight other created characters from other players. Which is cool. And also, it's the second story mode that will not be the canonical story of 6, because I think they're taking 6's story actually serious this time. Because it's essentially a reboot. So, yay.
So it's a reboot, meaning they're following the footsteps of like Mortal Kombat,
Yes.
who also did reboots.
They did a reboot.
I thought they've had more than one technically.
Nope, there was only one reboot, and that was the Mortal Kombat from a few years ago that's just called Mortal Kombat after Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That was the reboot. Mortal Kombat X is the sequel to said reboot.
Ah.
Also, X's story is absolute fucking nonsense. To put it this way, they went, oh you like our old characters? No, you like our new characters, our new children of the main protagonist characters. You like them, right? They're the focus of the story. They're the ones who save the day. Also, Johnny Cage apparently, his magic bullshit that apparently it was never a thing is now a thing, and now it's important. Yes, Johnny Cage is integral to the plot of Mortal Kombat X. I am not kidding here, folks. Anyway, Twitch, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Twitch being a noun.
So Twitch is apparently pulling ad-free options for Twitch Prime after September 14th. And I have to ask, why? 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 Why?
Because Turbo needs to be sold more.
Why? Why not just roll Turbo into Prime? Why not just make it one thing?
Turbo costs more.
Then slightly bump up the price of the subs. And roll in Turbo's benefits into Prime. Like, if this is a problem, just fucking merge them and make their benefits one. That's it. That's all you need to do.
And because, you know, the other thing is, you know, Twitch kind of needs to make money.
Right.
Because, you know, Amazon totally doesn't have money.
I know. But if...
And, okay. Here's... I'm the reason why this is called Twitch being dumb. And I shall explain on that. It's because the dumb thing is these streamers do not get money from ads unless they're partners. Like, I have found that out. Affiliates, yeah, they get money from subs. They do not get money from ads. So that means, because there's so few partners on Twitch, granted that number's bigger than it was, that means that pretty much anyone that has Twitch Prime will now be seeing ads that directly benefit Twitch, not the content creators. And that's the issue I have with this. If they're gonna pull that, fine, but make part of that ad money go to the content creators, regardless of what they are. Like, if that's what you're gonna do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, this is just Twitch needs to make money. Is the only reason, is the only answer for it. And it's like, no.
There are better options besides pissing people off for this.
Because for those that might not know, yeah, we're not an affiliate channel, but I've heard from enough of them. Affiliates get a 50-50 split, right down the middle. Partners, I think, get a bigger cut, and I think it depends on like several different factors. I know like some of them that have been partners for a while have higher cuts than some of them that are newly made into partners. So I think that might have changed when they implemented the achievement system. But still, so you think about that. For every $5 sub, Twitch is making $2.50 right out the gate. Regardless of what channel it is, Twitch is at least going to be making $1.50 to $2. Now look at the gift subs. I want to point out that not long after the gifting to communities was a thing, someone gifted out 100 tier 3 subs. Like, no joke. So the $25 times 100, that's $2,500. I'm rounding up to be generous there. It's actually not bad. It's like $1 short, but still. Now, let's figure on worst case scenario. Let's figure like extreme worst case. Twitch isn't going to go for this scenario, and they only get 10% of that. That's still $250 they made out of that one person. They ain't hurting for money. Not to mention, there's not that many Twitch Prime people. Otherwise, you wouldn't have streamers like Tom Fox and some of the others reminding people, hey, if you've got Amazon Prime, you know, you can link it to your Twitch and get Twitch Prime and get a free sub. It's like, I mean, you wouldn't have people doing that if everyone that had Amazon Prime knew they could do that.
Well, there's a couple things about Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime also
thanks
does...
OBS.
Oh.
Thanks OBS. Just be a complete and utter dick. I think it's stable again.
Okay. I was about to say, the thing about that is the Amazon Prime one doesn't resubscribe every month.
But it's not that he's saying don't forget if you've got Twitch Prime to resubscribe. No, he's pushing, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch and have a free sub.
Yeah, well, that's also because like Amazon doesn't advertise that. Neither does Twitch. No one advertised that but us.
Right. And it's one of those, seeing stuff like that makes me wonder how many people are actually taking advantage of Twitch Prime.
Not enough.
So why is this a big issue? The bigger issue is, you know, force people to not use ad blocker. Not let's pull ad-free options from Twitch Prime, because, you know, guess what that's just gonna do? That's just gonna make more people install ad blocker. You're doing the inverse effect there. Instead of getting some money from ads, you're gonna get no money from ads. And I mean, I'm gonna put it this way. Streamers that I follow that I know are gonna make money from ads, I'll probably whitelist their streams, but the rest of Twitch, no. It's one of those, no. If they ain't gonna make money off of it, I'm not gonna give that to Twitch. And that's simply because that's stupid. I took advantage of Twitch Prime partially because of the ad-free stuff. And then you're gonna remove it? Yeah, piss off. But yeah, I've kind of went on a rant, but it's like, that's stupid. And that's all there is to it. Case of Amazon being money hungry, which, big shock there.
Yeah.
But shall we move on to another Twitch-related event?
Yes! In better news, Pokemon! Starting August 27th, like Monday. Twitch on the Twitch Presents Twitch stream will stream like every Pokemon episode from the end of the league through Exceeds. And also stream every movie from the first movie to the Volcano one. So, not the reboot movies, I guess is the best way to call them. Which is I Choose You and Our Story. Which I Choose You is out English, because I believe this is all the dub, correct? I assume this is all the dub.
I think.
Because I remember it was saying it was be simulcast in English and a bunch of other languages, but no Japanese. So I'm like, all right, so this is all the dub. This isn't the sub. I would assume that'd be the case, because then everyone can have the theme songs everyone remembers. Which, for those wondering, I have no problem with it. I'm just like, okay, I'm just wondering which version of this it is, so I know like what opening and endings we're getting, and like if we might be dropping certain episodes. I assume we are dropping certain episodes that are a bit banned for reasons. Like one is banned because it can cause people to have seizures, like legitimately.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least like we are getting a shit ton of episodes in this. And you know what? It might be cool to just drop in and watch a few episodes of this. Although I'm
so shout outs to the music right now.
Oh, what is the music?
I just glanced down and I noticed it's a Pokemon song.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and actually, yeah, it is the dub. Of looking at the titles for this, because I'm like, yeah, the Black and White season was not called Black and White in the sub. It was Best Wishes, not Black and White. These are all the dub names for the season. Or seasons. Derp. Like, I didn't pay attention to the middle portions is the problem. The middle portions are the ones where they went and named every individual, like, season for some reason, even though that's not really what happened. Because I think XY and XYZ are literally just XY and XYZ. There's no XY Kalos quest. Yeah, it'd be cool to just drop in and watch some stuff. I might watch some of the the in marathon stuff with XY and XYZ just to reminisce on a really good season that should have let Ash win the Pokemon League, guys. That was what you were building towards the entire season. And pull the trigger because of stupid bullshit reasons that I don't understand.
He can't win ever.
Why? Because that means his journey's over? You do not understand your character then.
To this, I'm gonna say, he even if we did consider that to be the end of his journey, when he wins, it wouldn't hurt to have a reboot.
I mean, it's not like you've already kind of rebooted with the fucking movies, and softly kind of with Sun and Moon, especially since you've transitioned to a completely new animation style and honestly a completely new way of doing things.
I mean,
which apparently Sun and Moon is really good, and I'm like, excuse me, when?
I mean, to me, I would think, he gradually got to that point. Just let him win that one and reboot the franchise going forward.
Like, and I'll be honest, if you want to reboot the franchise, just go adapt Pokemon Adventure. Do it. Just do that. Because then you have a rotating cast of characters. And if you need characters to come back, oh look, it's written into the stories that they come back. Like, it's not like red, blue, and green disappear forever once we leave Kanto. No, they are integral parts of gold, silver, and crystal. And oh look, they show up when you adapt fire red and leaf green. And oh look, they're also a part of diamond, pearl, and platinum.
I'm wondering, you know, the way Sun and Moon's, in terms of the game, is set up, if that might be the way they let him kind of get the success he needed, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's what they were kind of aiming for. It still just kind of feels dumb.
It does. It really does. And I'm also like, alright, people who are bad-mouthing Ash's skills, how would you take a look at his actual fucking record of everything he's fucking done outside of win a Pokemon League? Like, yeah, him winning Pokemon League is dumb. Not winning a Pokemon League is dumb. But look at everything else he's accomplished. Everything else. He is the literal most decorated trainer in all of the Pokemon anime. No one has his record. No one has his kind of decorations. No one. No one.
Yeah. He kind of is the most decorated 10 year old Pokemon trainer.
According to Game Theory, 20.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said 10 ? Because it's like, yeah, not really.
Here's the thing, Ho-Oh granted a wish, he's forever 10 years old because of Ho-Oh.
Or is it a case of he's just had amnesia?
No. Or, you know, the show kind of soft reboots itself every now and again, kind of, and we just ignore it. I mean, it's not like we don't ignore the canon of every single movie outside of, like, the ones that involve Mewtwo that aren't Genesect 1, because that's a different Mewtwo, apparently. The Pokemon canon is dumb in the anime, let's be honest. Anyway, better news. Cat. I heard a cat. Hang on, folks. I think Tommy has to deal with the cat situation at the moment. I think.
Yeah.
As I was saying, in better news, I had time is getting DLC, and also coming to the Switch at some point. That Switch part, maybe not the most exciting because it's just coming soon. So maybe by the end of the year.
Maybe. We
have a Nintendo Indies Direct like next week. I'm hoping that gives us King of Cards date. So now we know when the Shovel Knight amiibo are going to come out. And also when I can go back to Shovel Knight and just beat all 3 campaigns. Because I'm really waiting for all 3 DLC campaigns to come out. Go do that for Shovel Knight.
Oh, you don't want to just do it now?
Well, 1, my Wii U's not on me. And 2, I just want to beat Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, King Knight all in a row. Just knock them all out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was the one that bought it on the Switch and the Wii U.
Yeah, I only have it on Wii U.
I surprisingly picked it up on the Wii U, and then when I picked it up on the Switch, I've actually played it more on the Switch than I ever did on the Wii U.
That does not surprise me. I think a lot of people can say that about a lot of things involving the Wii U and the Switch. I think I've made more progress in Switch Hyrule Warriors than I ever did in the Wii U Hyrule Warriors at this point.
Yeah, I could see that.
But anyway, the better part of this announcement is the new DLC that goes, all right, here's a new world that is... The world has a name. But the DLC package is called Seal the Deal. There it is. New chapter, Arctic Cruise, where essentially you're a staff member of a cruise liner in the Arctic, which totally won't hit an iceberg. Just throwing that one out there, folks. And it's essentially just a new world with everything you would expect of that. And also, we are getting... If I can find the point in the video, Death Wish! A new mode, Death Wish, which is, how would you like to refight all the bosses, but harder? How would you like to do a whole bunch of levels that are hard? How about some hard mode stuff that is essentially like kind of New Game Plus, I think is how they described it, as this is kind of our New Game Plus experience. But yeah, beating these will get you some new costumes, some new color palettes. There's also new time rifts. I think it's 6 new time rifts. And I assume they're going to be associated with the 2 halves of the DLC.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah. But yeah, new costumes, new color palettes, and also on the same day as a free update, here's co-op. Just straight up co-op. With a unique character for the second player.
Now,
that
I have to wonder, is this co-op local only or not?
It is split screen co-op to the adventure. You can play through the entire experience with friends without restrictions. I'll refer to the video. And I believe the Smashify team had input on the design of the second character. Which is really, really cool. I believe that's what they said, what they said in their tweet. It's looking like, I think I would assume you play this online with people.
I mean, that's the thing I would wonder. Because I feel like we're at the point where local co-op is kind of diminishing, but at the same time it still exists.
Like, local co-op is a good option, but more people will probably play co-op online.
Right.
Because for a lot of people, their friends are not in the same county, or state, or country even. So it'd be nice to have that.
I mean, that's what I'm kind of wondering. I would hope it's online co-op, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, and for this DLC, it's coming out September 13th, and if you get the DLC on that day, it's free. Otherwise, it's $5. So if you own Hat in Time right now, you can get all of this for free on the 13th, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hat in Time interests me. I just have other stuff to light and finish off before I commit to something like that. I also saw the comments of when did people turn on Hat in Time? Because someone was complaining about where's the Wii U version. I go, you do realize that's a dead code, right? Bloodstain announced this week that they're not doing a Vita version, and they delayed the game. You want to know why they're not doing a Vita version? It's because no one is using the Vita anymore.
But someone's still using the Vita, surely.
Right, and they even give you the option to change your pre-order to another system. Like, relax, guys. Relax. Okay, come on. Come on. Anyway, moving on. Diablo 3! So, this got leaked earlier, but now we have a trailer and apparently exclusive content because Diablo 3 is coming to Switch. And the content is, here's a Ganondorf costume, and a Kuko companion pet, and a Triforce portrait frame. And you know what's interesting about all this?
What?
Apparently they did a Link outfit for the game too, but that didn't make the cut.
Huh.
But it apparently exists in the code. Somewhere. So yeah, I was honestly kind of surprised about that part, but Diablo 3 coming to Switch. Cool, another game coming to Switch. Yay!
Another game for people to complain that it isn't that the Switch isn't fit for games like that.
I would think it would be, considering how Diablo is. Like, you could just do a dungeon or so and then just be done.
Yeah, but someone's gonna be like, the frame rate, or the resolution, or this or that or the other, or It's like, shut up. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I mean,
true.
That's kind of where I sit with that. Because I've said it before, especially like with the Doom stuff. If you don't like that it isn't running like what you would expect it on a PC, don't buy it.
Buy PC.
Right. Don't sit there and gripe about it. Some people would rather have it on a Switch that they could take with them.
Why?
You kind of have to sacrifice that. It's like laptops. You will never find a laptop that can match a very top-end desktop. And that's simply because of the portability factor. To make a laptop portable, it's not going to be able to reach the full potential. It's going to get close, don't get me wrong, but it's never going to hit that full potential. And it's the same with the Switch. It's like, it's portable. It's never going to hit full potential. Don't expect that.
Speaking of computer tech stuff, I saw the announcement of the new NVIDIA card.
I haven't.
You know what was funny? A tech guy I follow on Twitter pretty much went, all right, if you already own a good graphics card right now, don't upgrade. Don't worry about 4K bullshit. That's in like 2 years. Don't do this. And you know what happened like the day afterwards?
What?
Several people I follow on Twitter were like, I need this! And I'm like...
Because it's the new thing.
To quote the tech guy, it's bragging rights.
To this, I want to say, how many of you have a 4K TV connected to your computer? Right. So, if you're not one of those people that have your hand raised at this moment, why do you need this graphics card? Exactly.
Also, games aren't quite at the point where they're doing 4K, really.
I mean, with PC stuff, you've always got ways of modifying the code to make it look better at that high def resolution stuff. Case in point, look, there's stuff even in emulation with Dolphin and stuff like that to have widescreen and HD and stuff like that. The stuff exists. So just about any game, I could see someone out there making a patch for it to bring it up to 4K or to make it exceed what the developers originally had planned. But at the same time, it kind of gets back to what I was saying. If you don't have a 4K monitor, guess what? You're not going to see 4K. If your monitor can only handle 1080, guess what the highest you're going to be seeing is 1080. You're not going to see 4K on a 1080. That's just not going to happen. It's like, come on, think it through. Now, I kind of agree with what you were saying, that you saw here a couple of years down the road, when more than likely everyone's going to have 4K monitors and TVs and all that. Yeah. That then we'll need it, because that's going to be the norm. It's but not now, right now.
No, now is bragging rights. Now is the dick measuring contest of I have better graphics card than you.
Yeah, that's all it is right now. Look, I have this awesome graphics card. Why does it look the same as mine? It's better. Like that's exactly what that boils down to.
And coming for someone who is getting a computer in December, I'm just gonna be happy getting a computer that is pre-built, that has the graphics card I want in it. That's all I want, because I'm avoiding the super upcharge on graphics card and RAM because of Bitcoin bullshit. I would avoid that like the fucking plague. Because Bitcoin can fuck off the nearest cliff, as far as I'm concerned. It's stupid and dumb and bullshit.
Well, that is one good thing with mine. I could still probably upgrade my computer farther. I don't really need to, though. Like, I really don't. At this point, there's not that much that can't be ran on it. So, why bother?
Yeah.
And it's kind of the camp that I'm in with it. But yeah, in light of seeing how you can't even run anything in Dolphin because it's like it's like, yeah, something's up.
Yeah. Although apparently I can go with a 1070, not a 1080. Okay. That makes me go, good. Good. My cheaper options are in the 1070 range, 1080 range, in terms of the graphics card and the side of them. That's nice to know. I think the...
In terms of that, yeah, you've got a pretty good range on stuff like that. Which is really kind of good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Asus stopped selling the pre-built one I was looking at before at that price point. And I was like, why? Assholes! Fuck, now I have to go higher in price to get what I want. Because that's what Asus is selling now. And I'm like, I like this cheaper option.
That kind of sucks.
I know, because it looked really good.
But yeah, for those wondering, mine's got a GTX 950, and I could go farther up. Really, what made me go with the one I've got in terms of when I upgraded was simply because if I went much bigger, I'd have to get a bigger power supply too. And it was one of those I didn't feel like doing both at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the point where I've found some calculators online and I've checked, and I'm kind of at the point where if I change anything, I'm going to have to get a bigger power supply. I've maxed it with the current power supply kind of deal. And it's like, seeing that, I'm like, a lot of people aren't realizing you start getting into the 4K stuff, you're talking about needing a pretty hefty power supply, because in order to have that graphics card run flawlessly, you're also going to have a processor, the RAM, the hard drive space to support that too.
Yeah.
It's not one of those, take the computer I've got right now and put a 4K graphics card in it and it'll look flawless. No, it won't. The processor's not going to be able to back it up. The RAM's not going to be able to back it up. And I think people aren't realizing that too.
Yeah. I also found out that that option of, oh, I'll get an SSD drive and put in there for the exact same space that it is in there is way, way, way more expensive.
For comparison, I have looked at stuff like that. Like a 250 gig SSD is about on par for what you can get like a 2 terabyte normal hard drive.
Yeah. I saw that and went, oh, no, then. Fuck you.
I thought about maybe trying to run across, say, like an 80 gig SSD and use that solely for games kind of deal.
Yeah, I've heard that that's what people do, is that the stuff that you want better performance with, you have installed on the SSD, and everything else goes elsewhere.
On the main hard drive. And that's probably what I would do. But to that, I'm also gonna say I don't really care. I'm just like, how much of a performance boost is it? Because it's not gonna be enough for that hassle. That hassle of, oh right, I have that installed on this hard drive, and it has only so much space, and oh fuck it, why can't I just have 5 terabytes and be like, space? What space? Space doesn't exist anymore. It would boil down to, if I speed run a lot of PC games, then I would probably look into an SSD.
Yeah.
But I don't. So, meh.
Like, I just want a hard drive to be like, I don't have to worry about space ever again. Because I don't want to.
Except for, you'll run into that inevitable, because I do it every time. It don't matter how big the hard drive is, that just means more clutter to go on it.
Yeah.
Every time.
I was about to say, this is coming from someone who has like 6 dolphins installed.
Oh, you only have 6?
I think I have 6 dolphins, 3 SNES, and God knows what else copied across 2 hard drives at the moment.
Oh. Is that all?
Yeah, I think.
Because I think I might be matching on the SNES emulators. The Dolphin one I might have you beat. And how many Project 64s do you have?
3 maybe? That I'm not sure on. That I have to go look up. How many projects?
I probably have you beat on then. If you only have like 3.
I might have 3. I might be less, actually.
Yeah, if you're thinking 3's top, then I know I've got you beat. So, yeah. It's one of those, I've got a bad habit of, I'll download it, put it in a folder, think I'll remember where that folder is, and then 3 months down the road, crap, I don't remember where that folder was. Re-download.
Yeah, I need to do some super hard cleanup on. Well, like, I say that, but I'm like, new computer in December, fuck that bullshit.
Like, I feel like I need to make a text file on the desktop that lists every program and where I installed it at. Because, oh my god, I forget that stuff repeatedly.
You know what you need? You need a program that will tell you when you have duplicates of something.
The only issue with that is you'd wear out a hard drive pretty quick. Because it'd have to check it every time or make a mass index and update every so often to ensure it didn't miss something.
Yeah. Well, just like a one-time scan, just to be like, here's the duplicates of everything you have. Just so you can just clean that out.
The other issue is, okay, what happens if it's a thing like Dolphin, where you might need certain versions to be able to run certain things better, because, you know, they program real good, and I've had stuff that goes horrible in 5, but runs flawless in 4.
Well, I'm just saying that it will tell you if you have duplicates and stuff, not delete it.
Yeah, but, you know, yeah, dumb things can happen. And I'm sure there's probably something like that somewhere.
I would like that only to see how many duplicate files I have and how stupid I have been for not keeping track. You sure?
Yep.
Oh, well, I guess we can move on to releases then. So, I'm gonna tell you that there's no PC releases, but I know that there are things on here that are on PC. I can guarantee that because Kiwami 2, I believe, is on PC, or at least it's coming to PC. Like, I know that Xenoverse 2 DLC. So bear that in mind, but also, why is so much shit coming out in 2 weeks?
Because reasons.
Like, look at this. Also, it's in alphabetical order, so I can keep track of everything. This might continue because it might lead me to not fuck up every time. Maybe. I don't know. I was just like, why is there so much shit? Jesus, I have to do this in alphabetical order just to keep track of everything. Look at how much comes out on the 28th.
So, is this going to be the new norm? You doing it in alphabetical order instead of by console?
I was about to say, it's in order by console because that's the order I check them in.
Like, I mean, to be fair, that would probably be smart. Check them in order by console and then sort by the name and then remove duplicates from there. Like, that might actually be the smartest thing.
Yeah.
Although that might mean having to do some fancy footwork to make it all work right, though.
Why can't there just be one list that says everything coming out on every...
There was.
Why? Yeah, then it started being stupid.
Uh-huh. I'm just saying, there was. Anyone that's watched the show long enough would know that too.
Yes.
It's like, I wish that one hadn't went stupid on us.
Mm-hmm. So, on the 28th, okay, we have Apex Construct for PlayStation 4, Bad North for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe for PlayStation 4, Battle Strangers for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Bound of Blood for PlayStation 4, Bridge Constructor Portal for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Catch and Release for PlayStation 4, and Blob 2 for Switch, Donut Country for PlayStation 4, Downward Spiral, Horus Station for PlayStation 4, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Extra Pack 3 for DLC for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, most likely PC as well. Moving on, Far Cry 5, Dead Living Zombies for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Burns Gate for PlayStation 4 and Vita, Fire Pro Wrestling World for PlayStation 4, All Zero Hour for PlayStation 4, Johnny Turbo's Arcade Gate of Doom for PlayStation 4, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for Switch, Middle Earth Shadow of War Definitive Edition, Expert for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Pato Box for PlayStation 4, Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 for Xbox One, Rocket League Unlimited Edition for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, Shinsekyu's fucking goddamn it. Shiki Hondo, whatever the fuck that says Soul Eater for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Splash Blast Panic for PlayStation 4. Strange Brigade purchased on the PlayStation 4. Sunless Sea Submarine. That is not how you spell that.
Submariner.
Submariner edition for PlayStation 4. What? Why did you add a Z in there?
I think that was a screw up. I want to say that was a screw up.
1 second. I did not need to inspect the code, game.
I want to say that's a screw up.
No, it's not.
Are you serious?
No. Anyway, Switchblade for PlayStation 4. The Golf Club 2019 featuring PGA Tour for PlayStation 4. Walking Dead Telltale Series Final Season Episode 1. It doesn't say that, but it is on Switch.
You're
Torn
kind
for
of cutting
PlayStation.
in and out, by the way.
God damn it.
You might be peeking your mic.
That's entirely possible. I don't know why I'm peeking. How do I stop my mic from doing that? Hello? Nope. That's not that option.
I mean, when you're talking normal, it's fine. But when you're trying to ramble through the releases is when it's trying to go all herpty-derp.
Yep. So, yeah, the Walking Dead Telltale series, the final season, should be episode 1, but the release is then listed as the episode 1, but it should be episode 1, but that's coming out on Switch. Torn for PlayStation 4, Victor Van Overkill Edition for Switch, Viking Days for PlayStation 4, Warhammer 40k, Inquisitor, Martyr for Xbox One, Warhammer Vermintide 2, Shadows over... What? What?
Bogenhaven, I guess.
Bogenhaven. We're gonna go with Bogenhaven for Xbox One. The Yakuza Kiwami 2 for PlayStation 4.
And possibly PC.
Yes. On the 29th, we have Twin Robots Limited Edition for Xbox One and Western 1849 Reloaded for Switch. On the 30th, with mostly Switch releases,
30th is Tuesday, isn't it? No? Thursday. Huh.
Thursday.
Interesting. Yeah. Wait, did we start with the 28th? We did.
Planet, which is a really good Sonic game, essentially. Like, I think I streamed Freedom Planet. Did I stream Freedom Planet? I swear I've streamed Freedom Planet.
I think you have.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I hope the second one comes out at some point in the near future. Haunted Dungeons Hiyaki Castle for PlayStation 4 and Switch, and Instant Tennis for Switch, Penguin Wars for PlayStation 4, Pick-a-Pick Deluxe Giant Puzzles 3 for Switch, Real Politics for Switch, that word I'm not going to try to pronounce again, Soul Eater for Switch, Started Online Fatal Bullet Collapse of Balance DLC for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and PC, I believe, as well. The Messenger for Switch and the Video Kit for Switch. On the 31st, Playbook for PlayStation 4, Divinity Original 2 Sin 2 Definitive Edition for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Dust of the Legion Tale for Switch. Yay, you can rebuy that game on Switch now.
Except for I probably won't.
Yeah. Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I believe that you actually do pronounce that Boruto. Or it's either Boruto or Burrito. Or Boruto. I don't know. It's a stupid name. It's a stupid name. We're moving on. NBA 2K19, the Prelude for PlayStation 4, the Video Kit for Xbox One, and Think of the Children for PlayStation 4. On the 3rd, we have Yooka-Laylee for Switch. And on the 4th, we have 428 Shibuya Scramble for PlayStation 4, Blade Strangers for PlayStation 4, Claws of Fury for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Destiny 2 Forsaken Legendary Collection for Xbox One, PlayStation 4. That's also when the Destiny 2 Forsaken DLC comes out. So, everyone prepare to cry over Cade's death. That is super ultra confirmed at this point, apparently. Like, Bungie cannot hammer it home enough. Cade is dead. Deal with it. Like, we have 2 trailers now that end in him dying. Two trailers, and they both kill him in a different way. I'm starting to wonder if Cade is actually dead or not, because they keep trying to be like, Cade is dead. Cade is dead. What if he's not dead? What if this is all just a giant swerve?
No. You know what it is?
What?
We're not getting the full story. This is Cade telling a story.
Cade telling us how he died.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait for those. You know what? I would love if the swerve is Cade's not dead. Cade just shows up at the end of the DLC. It's like, hey, I got better. I'm not dead. But why did you kill all these people? What do you mean you were avenging my death? What do you mean that asshole killed me? No, I didn't. Oh, God.
I don't know. I would kind of love it if it was a case of like Cade was telling a story kind of deal through these commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And just completely was screwing with everyone.
I would love that, if only just to swerve everybody, just to be like, yeah, you thought we were going to kill Cade, but we're not, because we're not going to kill our light-hearted character in our story that, might need someone to crack a joke every now and again. Because, you need that. You need that. You need levity in your story. You can't be dark and dreary all the time, or it's not entertaining. It's not enjoyable.
I'm sorry. In my playthrough of Destiny 2, I have to say the most enjoyable part I had was the stuff surrounding Cade. I mean...
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Isn't he the only one who actually was trying to do something out of the Vanguard?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, why are we killing off the only person who went, oh, I'm without my light? So we still got shit to do.
And I'm still gonna kill him. Or die trying. One of the two.
Uh-huh. I was just like, wow, one of you realized, yeah, even if without our light, we were still fucking heroes. Like, pony your ass up. We got shit to do. We still got a job. But anyway, where did I leave off? Dragon Quest 9? Echoes?
Nope.
Is that not 9?
Nope.
That's 11?
Yep.
Damn it! 11 Echoes of an Elusive Age for PlayStation 4. Friday the 13th, the game for Ultimate Slasher Collector's Edition for Xbox on PlayStation 4. You know what the weird thing about that game is?
What?
It can't have any more updates because they lost the license. They can sell the game, but they can't make any updates to it.
That's kind of screwed up.
Yeah. Indubitably. Anyway, Genesis Alpha 1 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, God Wars, The Labyrinth of Yomi for PlayStation 4, Vita, and Switch, Moonfall Ultimate for Switch, Ninja Clash of Carrots for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, Operation Warcade for PlayStation 4, Planet Alpha for Xbox One and Switch, PlayerUnknown's Battleground is Xbox One, Shadows Awakening for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Slime Rancher for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Son of a Witch for Switch, Super Street the Game for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, The Long Dark for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and Zone of the Enders, the Second Runner Mars for PlayStation 4. On the 6th, we've got Pro Forces for Switch, Ella Episode 1 for Xbox One, Gone Home for Switch, Kentucky Robo Chicken for Switch, and Lifeless Planet Premier Edition for Switch. And on the 7th, we have Arcade Islands Volume 1 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Dead Age for Xbox One, Immortal Unchained for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Marvel Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, NASCAR Heat 3 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, NBA 2K19 20th Anniversary Edition for Xbox One, PlayStation Switch, NBA Live 19 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Salt and Sanctuary for PlayStation 4 and Vita, Ziggy, a fart for Luzina? What the hell is that word? I can't read tonight, if that's not obvious.
That one I honestly don't know. I would think Meluzina?
A fart for something else.
A fart for someone.
Yeah, SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy for PlayStation 4 and Switch, and Yokai Watch Blasters, Red Cat Corps, and White Dog Squad for 3DS. God, it's only gonna get worse throughout the year, isn't it?
You mean throughout the next couple of months? Yeah.
I was about to say, where's that Game Informer article that budgeted out every major title? There it is. Every major holiday release for the rest of the year. So, do you want to take a guess on the final price?
Gonna be in the thousands.
You are correct. It is 4 digits. Higher or lower?
Probably around 5K.
Lower.
Oh, really?
Yep. Lower.
About 2?
Higher.
Then just tell me.
$3,767. That is the price of every game released from August 1st to December 7th. And that list includes Zero, Iconoclast, Salt and Sanctuary, WarioWare Gold, Dead Cells, Okami HD. You see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Every major release until the end of the year, essentially. About $4,000. Once you factor in tax and shipping for everything, if you buy it all from one place, yeah, that's like that's $4,000. So anyway, on the quick draws, and I'm just gonna throw this one out here of, Yano has a point. Maybe we should, stop being dicks to customers.
Yeah. Except for, I hate saying this, but most of the article kind of is focused around mobile side of things. It's like,
well, that too. You know what's bad? Since they're talking about the mobile, it's like, yeah, Nintendo doesn't have a true success. The fuck they do. I was about to say, Fire Emblem Heroes makes them millions. And Pokemon Go still makes them millions.
It does say down below about how it's generated consistently high revenue for Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
Granted, it does also say, though, nowhere near some of mobile's biggest hits, which I can see that. Fire Emblem Heroes doesn't have as big of a draw as some of the other mobile games that are out there.
True.
So, yeah, I could see that.
But to say that Nintendo doesn't have success in mobile is wrong. They do.
Really not really, because you think about it. Niantic's really the ones behind Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Not really Nintendo. I mean, yeah, Nintendo's signed off on it at the end of the day, but not really. More Niantic's doing is the reason why Pokemon Go has continued to be as popular.
Mm-hmm.
I really kind of feel like the statement's probably right. Because you look, yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes been consistent, but both Super Mario Run and the Animal Crossing one kind of did decent start out and dropped really quickly.
Yeah.
It's one of those, they've not had anything that has literally landed them a full foot on mobile gaming. In all seriousness. But to that, you've also got to look, they've not really attempted. The only thing that has gotten a crap ton of popularity and probably has been the most successful Nintendo-sided mobile game is Pokemon Go. They've not really tried to do anything to expand that either. So, I mean, I kind of can see that they've not really been successful, so to say, but it's not been a failure either.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was about Boba. I figured it was a lot of the DLC nonsense that's been going on, and I'm like, yeah, maybe we just stop doing that, please.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's mostly focused on that.
Because granted, this is my opinion about DLC. I feel like DLC should more extend the shelf life of a game, and it should be more focused upon after a game's released rather than before.
But, I mean, if you think about that, Nintendo's really kind of done that. Because, case in point, look at, in terms of the Switch's main titles.
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild's Champions Ballad really doesn't have to exist. Breath of the Wild is just as good of a game with or without Champions Ballad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would think Champions Ballad in a DLC stance was a success because it did add life to Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Odyssey hasn't had that, but Splatoon 2 has.
Yeah.
And I think Nintendo's probably figured out the best method for DLC.
Yeah.
And ironically, it was because of Smash.
Yeah, because another example is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It will have, by the time Torna comes out, almost a year's worth of updates that were either free or paid DLC since it came out.
Well, I mean, you look, if we're going to include free DLC into the mix, look at Splatoon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those that, out of all of them, I wish a lot more of the developers took a page out of Nintendo's book for DLC. Rather than take a page out of whoever decided day one DLC should be a thing.
I say EA without looking at history. I say EA because that's a safe option.
I get back to my statement earlier. Blame EA. But yeah, I mean, I feel like everything Nintendo's done in terms of DLC really, and I can firmly say that because you look even at the Mario Kart 8 DLC back on the Wii U. Well, Hyrule Warriors DLC too.
Yeah.
Both of them, while they were fine to skip, did add playability to the game that kind of gave a breath of fresh air to it, so to say.
Yeah.
It wasn't as big of one as what we've seen them do post-Switch, but it's one of those Nintendo's found that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's selling their DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas looking at any game that has day one DLC, that's almost an immediate turn-off for me. Because why is that not considered part of the game?
Why is that on not in the game already? Like, I'm trying to think. When was Mewtwo announced as a DLC fighter for Smash 4? Because I want to say it was before the game came out, but it wasn't that long before then. It was like a month or so.
I don't remember right offhand.
And it's not like they showed Mewtwo playable. They just said, hey, we're working on our first DLC fighter, and it's going to be Mewtwo. And I think they just showed the render.
Well, I think on top of that, too, really Nintendo didn't have much experience in the DLC front going into Smash 4. So you look to, it's one of those that they saw everyone else doing that, so they figured that was what the norm was. It wasn't really till after that they're like, oh, wait, there's a smarter way of doing this. It's one of those, I find it funny, everyone disses on Nintendo, but from a business standpoint, they're doing what we need them to do.
When was Smash 4's release date?
Again, I don't know exact.
Alright.
I'm wanting to say the last we had heard it was... I wanted to say it was either a 3 or 4 year time span. I can't remember.
November 21st. And Mewtwo was announced on October... I lost it. Gotta find it again. October 23rd. So the game had already gone gold at that point, I would assume. Because usually a game goes gold within like a month of its release date. So that would have been like Smash's gold. It is literally printed on disc. There is nothing you can do about it. And Mewtwo did not come out until the 15th of April the following year. And apparently the announced date was revealed on April Fool's Day. Oh, he was available as playable if you had both versions of Smash 4 before March 31st. If not, you had to wait till the 28th to pick him up. But still, it was like you had to wait till April to play as Mewtwo. And then June for Lucas, Roy, and Ryu. December for Cloud. And then February 3rd for Corrin and Bayonetta. And that doesn't even get to all the Mii Fighter DLCs that spattered throughout there.
Yeah.
So, once more, DLC extends the shelf life of Smash 4.
And I mean, you look, that's been the thing they've followed since. Because you look, we had, what, half a year? Actually, more than that, for Champions Ballad. We had a year almost for Octo expansion?
I believe it was almost exactly a year for Octo expansion.
I mean, that's one of those that I feel like they've figured that out. You don't want to put it too close, but you don't want to put it so far out that people forget about the game. You have to kind of pace it. A game like Breath of the Wild, people were probably still playing the base game by the time Champions Ballad came out because they wanted to 100% the game. A game like Splatoon 2, yeah, the main story you probably got knocked out pretty quick, but you were playing the multiplayer. They kept pumping updates for the multiplayer. They kept doing Splatfest, so they kept the attention there. So when Octo expansion came out, really, Octo expansion still could be in the pending state right now, and they would probably be fine. Because, like I said, they keep pumping stuff out multiplayer side, keeping people interested. It's one of those. I feel like they've done good on figuring out pacing.
So that, I guess I'll do it for my quick draw. Tell me, what is yours?
Mine's actually a shout out to, and I forgot to switch. Whoops. Mine's actually a shout out to a couple of new shows that are going to be coming to the channel here soon. By soon, I mean starting September, hopefully. And basically, it's going to be a new stream for Sundays and one for Fridays. I'm thinking on Sundays I'm going to do just like a speedrun Sundays kind of deal where I just pick a game and for a week or two I just kind of focus on it speedrun wise and switch every so often. Mainly because, you know, I kind of haven't focused on speedruns too much, so yeah, I'd kind of like to try to do that again. But the one on Fridays is actually going to be more... I'm going to say this because it'll probably start as this, but it'll change over time. But it'll be more focused around like randomizers and stuff like that. That might be the option for me to attempt a Ocarina of Time randomizer. I don't know. Like, that one's a question mark. I feel like in light of my incompetence on the Super Metroid part of it, that one probably is not going to show up there. and that's one of those, I don't diss Super Metroid. I diss my abilities at Super Metroid. Because, oh dear God, every time I've tried to pick up Super Metroid, I suck. But yes, the SM Rando is probably not going to happen to any capacity there. I might also take the time to look into... I've heard there's a Oracle's Rando in the works too. So I might take the time to kind of look into that and see if that might be something of interest.
You can finally get introduced to Marin.
But yeah,
you didn't know who Marin was when I was playing Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. But yeah, that might be a thing that I tried there too. I kind of want to see too, because, you know, Metroid and Zelda randos have kind of been just exploding recently. Mainly thanks to Super Metroid and Link to the Past. I kind of want to see if anyone's thought about trying to do like a Metroid Prime rando. Because an idea came up in the PGRC chat here a few days ago about a Wind Waker Metroid Prime rando thing would be the next thing that everyone would be looking at, kind of deal. And I got to thinking, you know, that was a joke, but God, that would probably be fun. It would be long as crap, but fun. My thing would be, how would that work? Because, I mean, you're talking about not just transitioning between two 3D games. No, transitioning between two 3D games where one is a third person and one is a first person.
That is a technical nightmare, to be honest. I
feel like that is. Like, if they were both third person, like how Super Metroid and Link to the Past are, sure, that's not a problem. That whole throwing first person into it, ooh. I would not want to be the one to have to code that. Like, I guess in theory it would probably be easy, because it would function similar to how the SMZ3 one goes, where you walk in and essentially it loads the other game instead. So maybe, like, the hardest part would probably have to be having the models for both games. Because if you think about it, that means any item would have to look like the Metroid Prime art style and the Wind Waker art style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might look in and see if anyone has even attempted to start a Metroid Prime rando. Because that might be interesting. I am super out of practice with Metroid Prime, but it might be interesting. But yeah, essentially that's what the two shows are going to be. The goal is that's going to be stuff that is more me focused kind of deal. Obviously, if you wanted to hop in for either of them, I'd be fine with that. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those. I'm kind of looking at that as, you know, you primarily are trying to have Wednesday and Thursday for backlog stuff, even though that hasn't been happening.
Yeah, that unfortunately they've been hijacked for other stuff we've been trying to do.
Yeah. Well, Thursday has. Wednesday, not so much. So that might be one of those Fridays might not always be rando related. That might be also our fill in the gap here kind of days.
Yep. By the way, about Metroid Prime randomizer.
I figured someone had already.
I don't know how well it works, but it exists.
My thing is the logic good?
I don't know.
Because that makes a difference.
Can't tell you much about that one.
But yeah. Ooh. Well then.
I take that as a good sign.
Well, seeing as how it actually looks like there is pretty decent logic in with it, that might work. My thing is, I wonder if I actually have the right ROM for Metroid Prime, because it looks like much like the Wind Waker one, you have to have a certain one.
Well, you do have a website to look up GameCube ROMs for now, so
Very true. Oh wow. You can randomize the artifacts too.
that might sound like a bad idea.
Very true. Although maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, that might be something that I look into.
Yay!
Although, if I do it, I've got to figure out what was causing Dolphin to act weird. Because I did have a little bit of hiccups when I was trying it. And I would like to try to negate that. Now that makes me wonder if someone's done a Wind Waker Metroid Prime 1.
No. But I can give you a Metroid Prime 2 one. And a 1,000-Year Door one? Okay. Actually, this might just be a good thing to just drop to you in general, because there's a website of a whole bunch of randomizers.
I've ran across that before. You got to watch that.
Oh.
Because that is the same one that, if I'm not mistaken, has the Wind Waker one listed as the Chaos Edition.
Ah.
Yep.
Yep. I was figuring out, this be a nice, good list of them. Dang it.
I mean, some of them are. Don't get me wrong on that, but yeah.
Some, not so much.
Yeah. But I guess that will take care of it on mine anyhow.
Now I'll take care of it for the show, and you know, we haven't really plugged it outright, but follower goal, it's 155 out of 175 right now.
Are you getting the numbers from the site?
I am getting them from the top of my head.
Then the top of your head is probably wrong.
Aw, dang it.
Oh yeah,
What?
I can't.
What is it actually?
Get it that? Oh wait, no, I can. Okay,
What is it actually then?
It's not what the follower goal on the stream says.
What is it at?
Just gonna say that. It's 158, not 160 like the stream's saying.
So 158 out of 175.
Yeah.
For us to start doing TGSR, which... Fuck, what day would we actually sit down and stream?
That's a good question.
Just booked us for Sunday and Friday, and well, that only leaves Tuesdays. And I'll be honest, I don't think we would do TGSR at weekly.
Unless we did as a case of we recorded some of them and then just did it as like a premiere thing on Twitch. Where we kind of just let it run. Maybe let the most recent episode run on Tuesday, since that would be an off day, and then have it run like at certain times throughout the week too.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing, you can schedule stuff like that now too, so...
Yeah, we might record it on our own and premiere it as necessary.
Maybe do like premieres on Tuesdays when we've got an episode, and then let it rerun other days of the week kind of deal too.
Yeah, because we need prep time for those, because when it hits, folks, I'm just gonna let you know right now, the first like 3 episodes of that are gonna be Superhero Tyson Zed, and Kamen Rider Tyson, because I chose poorly in the idea of, why don't we do these movies so we can talk about how stupid and bullshit these movies are?
Yeah, and you chose poorly because that means we're both gonna have to rewatch the movies, so we know exactly how stupid and how pointless they are.
And I would say take notes, but I don't think it's gonna be hard for us to not take notes to remember everything.
We ain't gonna have to take notes to remember everything. We're gonna be so ugh with it.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think the only movie we're not doing in there that I've actually watched is the Songo movie. Yeah, Songo. Because I've watched Songo. Because I have not watched the Ichigo movie, and I have super not watched show Superhero Tyson. Because I super don't give a fuck about that one. It would be those 3, and then I don't know what we do after that.
I don't either.
I think it would very much depend on how Geo does, whether we could tolerate it or to do that. Because the good news is, it would be ahead of us, most likely at that point. I'm only saying that as a suggestion. The other one would be, we finish off double from where we left off on YouTube.
I feel like Geo's gonna be that one where it's gonna be a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because, I mean, if it becomes Kabuto levels, then we didn't finish Kabuto.
Yeah. We super didn't finish that. We super didn't finish Kabuto, and we super don't give a fuck.
That's one of those we will never finish. Because, no.
I wouldn't even finish it for bragging rights of finishing every Heisei Rider series. Because that also means I'd have to watch all of Ryuki, and fuck that bullshit.
Well, let's put it this way. I probably wouldn't finish Kabuto unless we were already affiliate and there was like someone offering 100 tier 3 subs on the line. Like that would probably be the only thing that I would be like, sure, I'll finish it then.
Yeah, you would have to pay us for that. Like, super pay us for that shit to happen. But just so you know, it will be us bitching and moaning about Kabuto for the rest of the time. That is what you're paying for, folks.
I mean, we're on Twitch. People pay for suffering all the time.
I was about to say, I was listening to John's stream as we were finishing up, and I heard about Probate apparently donating 300 fucking subs to Gerard in the middle of a stream.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Apparently, Gerard fell out of his fucking seat.
I can't say that I blame him. Now, 300 subs, what tier?
Tier 3, I believe.
I don't blame him. And holy crap.
Yeah, Probate is just made of money apparently. It's like, just I'll drop this on Gerard's head, fuck it. It's like, what? Granted, I'm used to him just dropping dumb $100 amounts to get music played during Ty's streams.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there's always that person.
Mm-hmm.
I have noticed that in any kind of a decent mid to big stream, there's always that person that will constantly donate.
Yes. That has just
like, yeah, that's just to be expected.
Yeah. This is like, where do you like sometimes I just be like, where do you have all this money?
Sometimes I almost wonder if it's a case of they've just had savings for so long that it's not a problem to dip into.
That or they have a stupidly good job.
That too.
Because I'm like, I could be in that position in a few years. I'm just like, yes, I am fairly well off. I can drop like $500 on somebody's head and just walk away. Because, engineers get paid really good. I will feel really nice that one day I'll be able to do that. Just be like, I'm just going to drop $500 on my favorite Twitch streamer's head and just quietly walk away and not say a word. And just so you know, anytime I will ever do that, the message will only read boop.
I feel like, with the community gift subbing thing, I feel like I would probably do something along that lines.
That too.
That way it would be something that I could not only just drop a crap ton of money on someone's head, but also be like, yeah, other people can enjoy this too.
Yeah. Yeah, that would work too.
Like I honestly feel that's the smartest thing Twitch has ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it is a case of, yeah, you get people that want to be completely crazy and just dump money on streamers' heads, but they can do it with this, and the community gets something in return.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not even joking. Just by watching some of the streams, I have wound up, from the community subs, winding up with subs to 3 different channels.
I have not ended up in that situation.
It's just one of those weird things.
I say that because I have shit luck. Like, you know what happened today as I was moving?
What?
Didn't even leave town yet. Check engine light came on.
Of course.
It was an emissions leak. A large emissions leak. It must have been the gas cap, because after my dad, like, opened it, closed it back up, like, inspected it, looked over everything, cleared the code, it didn't come on a single time in the 2-hour drive up here.
That
Not
figures.
fucking once. And that put us back, I think, 30 minutes or so for all that. Which meant, oh, by the way, we also have to wait like half an hour going through, I think, I-24 right now because it's down to one fucking lane because of construction. And when I thought it was one lane, I didn't realize it was the one lane at the certain part I was at. So I was like, oh fuck, I have to get over now. When it's all just big trucks next to me. So it's like, can one of you stop for me, please? I didn't realize this is the merger point. I couldn't see it was the merger point till now. So, yeah, that was fun. Just crawling through Chattanooga for like a half hour to not an hour. Just stop and go, going like 2 miles an hour. But I also got to laugh at some fucking 3-wheel car that super thought it could just keep swapping lanes and that would make it go faster. I love those assholes. I love laughing at those assholes because they're idiots. They are supreme idiots. You're not helping. You're only making things worse. Pick a lane and suffer with the rest of us. But yeah, if you want to hear us bitch and moan about three writer movies that are god awfully terrible, drop a follow. Tell your friends to drop a follow, and we'll do the show.
I'm still kind of thinking, like I had stated before, we might wind up changing that from a follow goal before too long. Like I might give it till the end of the year, and then we might decide to bring that back anyhow. Because I know we had talked about it.
Yeah.
So it might be one of those. Might kind of give it to the end of the year, and that might be a way to get it done earlier, kind of deal.
Yeah. Because I would like to do TGSR, but like, yeah, come on. A few more followers. Even though I believe we have every single follower we need to achieve affiliate and partner at this point.
We do. It's getting people consistent kind of deal that we need.
Yep. Although I love how we're getting how the achievements will now display decimal points. So we're at 1.11 average viewers.
Yeah.
Has it ever been 2? I want to say it's been 2.
I think it has, actually.
Oh well. But anyway, in 2 weeks, we'll be back with more news. Most likely talks about from the Nintendo Indie Show that people are complaining about, apparently. That it's not a direct. And I just shake my head and go, you people are stupid. Like, it's an indie direct with indie games, some of which will probably be really good. Like, you do realize there are a lot of really good indie games out these days, and this will have more. And also, King of Cards announcement. I hope, I pray that we finally get a King of Cards announcement. That I would say maybe something to Pikachu, but no, the Pokemon World Championship showed us the title or the logo, and that's it. I wonder how many people that is their first exposure to Detective Pikachu, that it's a movie that's coming next year. Because I would just shake my head and be like, You poor people. You at least didn't have to know about this for months. Months, I say. But between now and then, more me doing Legend of Seven Stars, and oh fuck, I need something for Wednesday. Alright, nope, right, Spider-Man Friday. Right, Spider-Man Friday. And then that'll become Wednesday, because yeah, I need time.
You need time.
I need time to figure out what's the next game on Wednesday.
So,
Backlog-wise.
do you have something this Wednesday?
Not this Wednesday. I'm streaming Friday Spider-Man. And that Friday stream is starting whenever I get back from GameStop and picking it up, and will end whenever I decide to stop that Friday. So, to give an idea, it'll probably be starting at 4 or 5-ish Central, maybe. I'll go pick up food early, then go get it. And then it will go till, I don't know, midnight, 11, I don't know. Whenever I get bored and tired and don't want to stream the game anymore, or don't want to play the game anymore. I don't know. We're just gonna see how long of a marathon I can do for Spider-Man.
Well, I might then. I don't know, but I might then Wednesday try to do a a world peace run.
I was about to say a dark side run.
No.
Do you not want to do dark side?
Not until I decide to sit down and actually do a good route for it.
Mm.
Because I think I figured out what I was doing wrong with ice physics, by the way. So I think dark side I might can pull off, but yeah, I need a better route because I have a funny feeling that's too long. And by funny feeling, I mean no, I pretty much know. Because if I'm not mistaken, I was essentially doing world peace, and I don't think I needed to do dark side. Like, I'm wanting to say snow might be the only one that I have to do that, but otherwise no. So yeah. But I might do a world peace one Wednesday. Either that or I might do a Wind Waker rando. Like, I don't know. I might do a Wind Waker rando instead. But yeah. So, you got anything else to add?
Nope. So we will see you next time, folks.